Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, MBC Lifestyles Diary. My name is Marie. I live in New York and I love fashion, travel, and cultural events. And I'm asking you to join me on the adventure. Today, I'm at the home that my cousin, Kathleen Blaine, built because she's an engineer and an architect. And it so happens to be the home of her sister. So I'm here with my cousin Florence. Mm-hmm. And she's the owner of the house. Tell me, when you asked your sister to design the house for you, did you tell her what style you wanted?
Sure. I told her, because I was interested in two styles, the Mediterranean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the Spanish style too.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, okay, she see exactly the thing that I like. And she says, okay, I'm going to send you something over the internet. If you have other choices, let me know. So she sent me the different design. And I said, okay, the thing that you sent to me, I'm comfortable with it. So do your thing.
Okay. That your most difficult client was your sister.
Yes. You're right.
Why? Why was she so difficult?
Well, because she's my sister. But you know, architect has their own way to understand the thing. So we have very a lot of short discussion about the house. And even she told me once, you don't want me to have my house.
They said that by working with your sister, you are now the assistant engineer.
Yeah.
That's the big joke.
Because that was my first experience. And when we just started the project, and I started to be more curious about construction, because my dad was an engineer, my sister is. But I never had any, interest in that field. But now that I decided to build my house, so I said, well, now is the time for me to be more curious, ask questions, go to the internet, see the things differently. And that's what I did. And finally, I had so much idea in my head. And I said to my sister, I want this. Let's do this. And at the end of the day, she said, you want to drive me crazy. You really want to drive me crazy. And the best thing is, when I give her an idea, it takes her sometimes to process the idea. And I let her do her thing. And finally, I think the result is okay.
And the big controversy was about the big, beautiful doors on the house.
Yeah. Yes. It was. She told me that this door, we have to have a door,
a smaller
door, because it's too expensive and so on. So I said, it will be the door for this house.
The satisfaction that you get is everybody comes and goes, wow, this is some door, this is some entrance. It makes the house.
Yeah.
Discussed with your sister, the biggest contention was the door.
Yes.
Because you were looking at your pocketbook.
Yep.
And she was looking at the whole picture.
Yes.
That's where her expertise came in.
That's it.
And you're like, I just need a door. The door.
I just need a door to get inside of the house and have a security door. She says, no, because of the design, because of all what you decided from the beginning. So you need to stick to what you wanted. I said, yes, I really want it, but my pocket cannot follow.
Yeah, and you were like, you don't want me to have a house?
Yes. But I had no choice, because when she finished the design, there's no way for me to come back. you know, to say, oh, let's do it differently, because the concrete was already there. So I have to, you know, suffer, you know,
And find a way
to get the money, and I did.
And so the biggest thing, the biggest reaction people have when they come to your house is what?
The door.
Like,
wow,
what an entrance.
Yes.
And the other thing is the way the house is built. It's on a hill or a mountain. So what was the advice? Because the whole area is very hilly. So what was the advice you gave her when she was looking for the land to build?
Okay. For, you know, we have some issues, natural issues, like earthquake, storm, like this, things like that. So my advice was for the land, maybe you have to choose a land who is how can I say that, dominate the street.
Okay, you did it well.
Okay.
Dominate the street,
So
or well placed. You also said to make sure it's going this way and not this way.
Yeah, yes.
For the house, like the house is here, the land should go up.
Should go up. Yeah.
That would be more protective.
Because of the earthquake, it will be easier to have a structure who can resist on the wave of the earthquake. It's better.
But it's more difficult, right? Because you had to dig out plateaus.
Yes. But it's not difficult. I can say, you know, Haiti is a mountain country, so we used to deal with those kind of landscape.
It's not just the door, but then you walk into the house and it does not disappoint. That's the key. And I have to compliment you on your interior design skills, because that's what really brings it together. Because you could have a beautiful house, a beautiful door, and you open it and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, what the hell is this?
That's true. But you know, you and I, we came from the same family, and I think we have that. It's an asset. We are artists.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing for us to do is to
express it.
Yes. And I think that was I think the house is my space. I think I had work in my head each space of the house and see exactly how I want it to be in harmony. And it came out good.
And the rocks are beautiful for the wall. And you told me you didn't have to buy any rocks.
All the rocks here, we find them during the excavation.
And it's a beautiful decorative feature.
Yeah.
That has been used for a long time, right? Because I can remember pictures from my mother seeing these type of walls.
Well, in Port-au-Prince, all over in Port-au-Prince, we have those kind of rocks. So a lot of houses use those rocks to build the fence and even the house. The rock. I find this rock in the land. So initially, during the construction, I changed the plan. I said I will have more walls with rock instead of block.
Instead of cement block.
Cement block.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's why I see.
During the construction, I changed the.
That makes sense. I also love your garden and your plants and how you positioned everything. But I've been staying here, and of course, I walked through the entire house and fell in love with it. And then, you know, you served us breakfast here. We had breakfast there. But by the end of the day, we sit in the dining room / kitchen, and you're always like, shall we go to the living room? And I was like, no, it's great. I said, you designed it too well.
You don't need to change a spot.
Yeah. And you're like, I want to use the rest of my house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like, and the art is incredibly beautiful and well placed. So it's just been a pleasure. It's not too many things, and everything has a wonderful impact when you see it. But I was very thrilled to see the art, you know.
Thank you.
And so this is not the only house that I have seen of yours. I saw another beautiful house that you constructed, which is completely different. So this house is more like a Mediterranean Spanish style house. And then the other house that I saw, I'm talking about Marlene's house, completely different. And she requested it to be the shape of a butterfly, the way the house comes out.
She wants it that, well, every client I result fantasy. So I'm very eclectic. I don't have a style. It depends on the client.
Mm-hmm.
I try to understand the way they live,
mm-hmm.
the way their fantasy,
mm-hmm.
and I try to take all those things in account,
mm-hmm.
and I make my design.
Yeah, because when she described it to me, I could not conceive what she was talking about. But when I saw the house, and you even got these beautiful wrought iron doors that reflect that, but it's the way the house kind of opens into the wings. And the ceilings are high on the first floor and on the second floor with a beautiful balcony.
But if you see the plan, you will see the butterfly.
Yeah, I see it.
In the house too, but you know, she wants a butterfly, so I did my best.
Oh, it's pretty happy. It's pretty beautiful. And then you said a lot of your work is by word of mouth.
Yeah.
But you didn't do a portfolio yet.
I'm very lazy about that.
But do you have pictures? So
I have some pictures.
Like you have Marlene's house, and you have.
Not really. I have Florence's house, but it's because of Sarah Jane.
Mm-hmm.
I have some pictures from my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Alexa, not me, you know. But I don't know, but I always think that by mouth, if they need my expertise, they will call me. That's the way I see it.
Good job, and it's funny. And it didn't break you and your sister.
So the biggest thing is we had to meet, you know,
in the middle.
Yeah, what she wanted and what I can afford.
But I think it was funny in the conversation. She goes, because your husband's also an engineer,
yeah.
And she said, "Hi, you know, we understand each other. Very few words, but you're the lawyer." I was like, "I understand Florence. Yes, you were specific.
Yes.
And in case they didn't understand the specificity here, you were going to detail it out."
That is true, because sometimes I don't understand what is. You know, they can have a micro conversation. But me, I really like details.
Yes.
Because it is with the details that I understand what they were saying at the first time.
And then she goes, "You want a real bill? You want a real bill?"
I'm going to charge you. You know, well, anyway, it was funny. That project was funny and a lot of stress too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the best thing is to work. When people are working together, it makes a good result.
For sure. And everybody that walks through the door is in love with it. And that's why I'm not leaving.
keep the
But-
door with you.
Yeah. 5 million pictures of me at the door. But thank you for sharing your home with us, and thanks for talking to us about it.
But of course, it's a pleasure. Always.
Did you always know you would be interested in being an architect or an engineer?
No, in the beginning, I think I want to be a doctor, but the day I came in the an architect studio, I said to myself, this is my field.
Wow.
I knew that because, you know, when the first time I went to New York, I was 11, and I saw Verrazano Bridge,
Verrazano, yeah.
I said to myself, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I was very impressed, and after that, when I'm thinking back in the day, now I'm saying, well, comment dire, inconsciemment, je connais son métier qui t'avait intéressé.
Subconsciously, you knew that you would be interested in this profession.
Yeah.
Because your dad was also an engineer.
He was an engineer, but my mother was a designer. Yeah, and I think that in our family we're very close to the culture
And creative.
creative. So
Yeah. When you say your mother was a designer, it sounds, your mom could bake, she could cook, and she sewed. And not just simple dresses, she sewed wedding dresses.
yes,
Which is the most intricate of all. So you feel like you managed to blend that creativity. Because, you know, sitting here and doing calculations for supports and things like that, that's the engineering part of you.
but as an architect you have to think and design and I think it's very profession for me. It's very fit
Yeah,
fit
it's very
me.
fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Well, thank you for taking the time
Okay.
to discuss it with us, because we have been enjoying it
I know.
tremendously. So, and I've stayed at both, and I've enjoyed both tremendously. So, I wish you send me pictures
Okay.
so that I can put it in and have people appreciate it even more.
Okay, I will. So I said I will leave my
Our keys.
my keys, and you will see my house is very different. It's
Mhm.
another style.
Mhm.
So you will see 3 of my construction, and you can share it with your
Yeah,
people.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay, Marie José.